Okay, so what we're going to do this time is we're going to use these same points that you saw in the previous video, but this time we're going to use the midpoint formula. Now, this can be pretty intimidating to students, so let me talk you through a little bit about what this is. Now, remember, the midpoint that we're talking about is an actual XY coordinate. So this is going to be a number, this is going to be a number, and it's going to be like if you had a graph and you plotted this point, so you'd go over this much, and then this one you'd go up that much or down or whatever. But that's what we're looking for, is an actual XY coordinate. So let's talk about how to use this. This X1 and X2 and Y1 and Y2 comes from the points that we're using over here. So what I recommend that students do is think about what you're going to use for each of these. So you have your point. This is the first XY point. So we're going to say this is an XY point, and this is the first X and the first Y. This one is also an XY point, and this is our second XY point. Okay, and so we're going to put that into this formula. So our midpoint equals X1 is 1. I kind of erased that with my finger, didn't I? Try that again. So X1 is 1 plus X2 is -3. We'll talk about that negative in a minute. Divided by 2. Okay, now we're at Y1. Y1 is 6. Plus Y2 is -2 divided by 2. Okay, so I've written this formula exactly the way that I have it with the X1 and the plus and the X2. I've just substituted the X1 and X2 for exactly what I have over here, and the Y1 and Y2 for exactly what I have over here. So now I'm going to go ahead and do that math. So M equals +1 minus 3 is -2. 6 plus a -2 is really 6 minus 2. So this is 4. And I've put the divided by 2 on both of those. Okay, so I'll just take this one step down. -2 divided by 2 is -1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So I have now found the midpoint. If I were to draw a quick sketch, I always recommend this for checking your work. Okay, remember this goes this way, this goes this way. So we're going to double check. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just a rough sketch. And then our second point is -3, 1, 2, 3, -2 right over here. And I know that this is not a perfect segment. It's not a perfectly to scale drawing, but what my goal is to double check, does this seem reasonable? Okay, so -1, +2 is right here. So yeah, I didn't get it quite on the line, but it's super close. If I had screwed up my negatives somehow, I would have a point over here, and that would be way wrong. And so it's really helpful to draw this sketch so you can double check yourself, make sure you are on the right track.